You're on the line with Jamal Meeks, former Indiana Hoosier, number 23, 1992. And I'm on the beat with Jim Cole.
Today's guest is brought to you by Reynolds Family Dentistry of Sellersburg. You need $1 million smile for those championship photos, and that's exactly what you'll get with Reynolds Family Dentistry. Welcome back to Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle Lear coming to you from the Golf Club at Eagle Point Studios, powered by Rivals here on this Wednesday. Joined now by one of our favorites, Michael Lewis. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
We're getting along. I understand that there's a little shaking going on out there. Michael's out on the West Coast, of course. So you guys have a little shaker this morning?
That would be news to me. I don't know. I must have slept right through it.
Well, they said it was at 12:03 last night. They said it had a 3.7 level earthquake out there. I mean, you just shake those off now. Don't even worry about it, huh?
Yeah, once you experience one of those, those aren't any big deal, especially one just that low. No, I had no idea about that. I did. I guess we slept right through it. We got into a big binge watch of some Ozark last night and must have slept right through it.
It's one of I love that show, Ozark. I watched I couldn't wait for the season 3 to get out, but unfortunately within 8 hours I was done. So now I got to wait a whole nother year for it to come back out. But I love that show. But
don't give any. We're not that far into it yet. So
no spoilers. No spoilers. You're going to love it. It's awesome. Yeah, it's a great show. Great. So that's one of the things I was going to ask. How are you spending your time now? Of course, you get to spend a lot more. And this is one of the great things with the guys in sports. They're getting to do things that they just would not get to do. And that's spend time with the family. That is crazy, the amount of time. So I know you're extraordinarily appreciative for that.
No, it's been good. I mean, obviously, this is a challenge for everybody. And you try to find the silver lining in all of it, and in getting to spend a lot of time, whether it's by choice or by force, to spend some time here with my family. But it's been good. The one thing I realized very quickly with this internet learning is that I remember 3rd and 6th grade being a lot easier the first time I took it than going through and trying to help my kids with it the second time. So that's been a pretty big challenge.
Well, Todd, you've got 3. You went through that 3 times. Help the man out.
Yeah, no, you know what? I was one of those people that I tried to do the tough love thing, like I was being the tough dad, like, hey, learn it on your own. But it's really just because I didn't know the answer to it. So I get what you're saying. But
I've adapted to the roles. I'm I kind of help and get up and get some breakfast going and kind of help get started. My wife does a lot of that stuff. And then my biggest role was being the cafeteria guy and making sure we've got a lunch provided. So that's been pretty good. We've had a lot of chicken nuggets around here.
I'm a hell of a lunch lady. I can tell you that. I can whip up something out of nothing. I made up some dishes that don't even exist right now.
You can't cook. You go out to eat every night.
Hey, I make some prison casseroles in here that are to die for.
I don't do dishes. I outsource that out. I do not do dishes at all.
That's what the kids are for. You said you got a 6th grader. That's what the kids are for, man.
Yeah.
Michael, we talked about the UCLA program last year. Todd, we amazed that when you guys got there, it was kind of not in great shape. But boy, by the time your all season ended, man, you guys were heading in a going number 1 with a rocket.
Well, it was a really cool experience to kind of watch all that unfold. And I think when you take over any type of program, there's going to be some changes and some things that you want to do differently. And, we started off, we were 8-9 and, things weren't looking good. And I think the thing that I learned most from a coach and watching, Coach Cronin handle everything was he was absolutely, relentless and did not compromise, his culture, his way about going about things, what he wanted done, how he wanted us to play, how he wanted us to look, act, the whole deal. He did not compromise one bit. to try to win a game or two. He was setting a way of doing things, a standard of how he wanted things done to win 20 games, whether that was this year or in the future. And it just happened a little bit quicker than I think everybody anticipated, and we put ourselves to be in the NCAA tournament and played for a Pac-12 championship on the last day of the regular season. And to come in and Nick's big thing is, these aren't somebody else's players. These are UCLA's players. These are our players, and we have to do whatever we can to try to help these guys be as successful as possible and enjoy their college experience the way that everybody else that gets coached has. And just the relentlessness, like I talked about, of him not compromising. And then you got to give the guys on the team a lot of credit for. There was a ton of individual development, a ton of growth, both individually and then obviously as a team, to put ourselves in a position to be where we were there at the end of the season. So from a coaching perspective, it was a great learning experience on setting a tone in year one of a program.
Well, I mean, it's very difficult. I think it's insanely difficult to take a program like what you had and from one season to the next have a dramatic improvement. I don't know very often. I can't even think back to the last time there was a team in a situation where a new coaching staff came in and in mid-season was able to turn things around. I mean, you're talking 17 games into the year, and I'm not trying to just blow smoke at you. I mean, it was – I watched the team play early in the season, and then I watched them at the end of the year, and it did not even look like – the effort level was completely different. The way that they executed on offense was totally different. Like I was in shock at how much different the team looked like. And you guys did that in mid-season, which is something that just doesn't hardly ever happen. And I don't think there's any doubt that the college basketball experts and people that keep track of it a bunch will have an eye, not just a glance. They'll have an eye on what UCLA looks like to start the year out next year, just simply because of what you guys were able to accomplish in that last half of this. January and February were incredible for you guys. Yeah, so, everybody's going to be watching UCLA when it comes. Hey, I'm going to take all that compliment and I'm going to say to you, I really feel sorry for you, because the fact that you have to deal with Bill Walton on a regular basis just means whatever you get paid should get doubled, because no one should have to endure that human being.
We have different opinions on Bill Walton here on the show, Michael. I love his work. I think he's hilarious.
He's the worst.
He's a great bro, and he loves UCLA, and I appreciate what you said there, Todd. Like I said, it was great to be a part of and to watch that. And that stuff doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't happen unless the leader of your program is the way that Mick was. Like, he was not giving in. He was not going to let up on these guys. He has a great relationship with them on and off the court. But the way that he is on the court and what he wants, he absolutely demands it. And if you don't want to do it that way, this is how we're going to do it. And if you don't want to be a part of it, that's fine. Go somewhere else. But this is what UCLA is going to look like.
That's what the transfer portal is for.
If you don't want to guard, sit down. If you want to take bad shots, sit down. And that's where we were early in the year. And guys improved. Guys began to understand what Mick was looking for. They understood. They eventually saw that led to winning. And we've got a team that is completely bought in. We just had the one transfer during the middle of the season, which was somewhat expected. And we've been able to add 3 recruits. Recruiting is going well. We added McDonald's All-American. We added a transfer, Johnny Juzang from Kentucky, who really should have just been a senior in high school right now, who probably would have been a McDonald's All-American. That jump, skipping a year of high school and jumping up is really difficult. And then we've added a very athletic, tough, defensive-minded, top 60, 75 wing from right outside of here, Los Angeles. So we're happy with where we are right now, not where we eventually want to end up. But things are going well. It's going a little bit quicker than people have expected. But as everybody knows in college basketball, like Todd said, everybody's going to be looking at us, with what happened. I'm sure the expectations here at UCLA are to win championships, and we hope to someday get the Bruins back there.
Yeah, you last year you did this miracle modern work job of art there, but no pressure on you guys. Now with all the things that you just said, all the pressure is going to be on you guys next year to win.
Yeah, I think when you're at a place like UCLA that has the history and the tradition, that's always there. Those expectations are always there. Sometimes they're a little bit more tempered than others, but I think we probably ripped that Band-Aid off this past season. The fans were great. They came out and supported us there late in the year, and people were excited. We had it's kind of interesting. Paul Pavilion kind of became Staples Center East the last couple of weeks of the season. We were having movie stars and celebrities and former players were coming back. It was pretty cool to be a part of.
Who's the coolest person you've met that you're like on? Okay, wow, this is kind of a weird moment for me.
If you say Bill,
I've enjoyed just meeting the former players. Some of those guys have been really cool. But had dinner one night up here in Calabasas, and a couple of the Shark Tank guys walked in. It wasn't Mark, but a couple of his colleagues from Shark Tank walked in and sat down. I was like, I think I recognize those guys. And my 6th grade daughter hit me. It's like, Dad, those are the guys from Shark Tank. So I'm not real good at recognizing some of those people off screen and things like that. But it's definitely a different lifestyle out here, and a pretty cool experience for my family and I to be a part of right now.
And it's kind of funny though, because you're on TV more than those guys are at point probably. And like, if it was my daughter, it's the same thing. It's like, who cares? It's like, there's a Shark Tank guys, but of course you're on TV every week. You're at one of the most high profile programs in the history of sports. It's just funny how kids see things.
Yeah. The one thing that did throw me off is right when I got out here, one of the other assistants, Darren Savino, and I were walking to dinner. We were staying in a hotel in Westwood, right by campus, and we were walking to dinner to grab something to eat, and there was a movie premiere going on at one of the theaters down there. And it was when Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston's movie was opening, when their latest movie that they made was opening, and we saw her from across the street, and so that's probably been the biggest thing. Like, oh, that's Jennifer Aniston, and like wondered why everybody was taking pictures and going crazy. It wasn't for Savino and I.
Happens every day. Another thing that's pretty cool, Michael, obviously the IU, your big relationship there, but now at UCLA, 2 of the premier programs in all of sports, and especially college basketball, but sports period. That's got to be cool to have relationships at 2 of the marquee places in the sport of your choice.
Yeah, I've been really, really lucky. It's just, growing up where I grew up, and Todd knows this, like there wasn't anywhere else to play at that time than where we played when that opportunity was given to us. And for me to grow up in Southern Indiana, to play at IU for Coach Knight and to be a part of that, and then to get into coaching, coach under Coach Knight, and then work my way back to now I'm coaching at UCLA. Like, trust me, I get it. I wake up every day, like I'm standing out here on my patio in my backyard right now. I realize how lucky I am. And you just try to, I think in this business or any business, you try to be as prepared as you can when opportunities arise. And when those opportunities arise, you try to take advantage of them. And I've been very fortunate in my career and excited to be here.
And you guys have done a great job recruiting, like we talked about, the season coming up. And I jokingly mentioned that the pressure is going to be on you guys next year. What are your all's own expectations with the talent you have brought in after the success you guys had this past season?
Well, I mean, you go back to all the things I talked about earlier, but the number one thing in this business and what we're all judged on, regardless of what anybody wants to say, is you got to find a way to win the game. And you can do all of this fluff and all these different things, but there comes a time that you got to step in the ring. And it's the old Mike Tyson. Everybody's got a plan until you get punched in the mouth, and how are you going to react to that? And you got to find a way to win the game. And it doesn't have to be pretty. You don't have to score 100 points. Like, one game you can score 90 and find a way to win. One game you score 52 and find a way to win. But you've got to have a team that's built and ultimately has the character within them that regardless of the situation, you're going to find a way to get the job done. So, we feel like we're beginning to build that toughness and that character within our guys. Our guys are starting to understand, what it takes to win. During the second half of the season, we won in a lot of different ways. We won on the road. We won at home. We did a lot of really good things. And these guys are starting to believe in that. And what I'm excited to see from a coaching standpoint is now when these three new guys come in, is it going to be more player-led or more coach-led? If we start getting the program to be more player-led than coach-driven, then we're really starting to build something.
I know it's tough right now with what's going on, but you think you're going to get back to be able to visit back to Jasper, get back to Indiana anytime this summer?
I would love to. I hope to. I just, right now, I want to be able to get back to going to work, and I think, I think when you're put in these type of situations, you realize, you kind of reorganize things in your life and really what's most important. And I think right now it's just, everybody, doing what they got to do to stay safe and playing their small role in trying to help us find a way to operate with this virus. And right now that's just kind of staying at home and keeping to yourself and doing the things that we're told to do. And hopefully that'll be enough. And people a lot smarter than the three of us will find a way to fight this virus and come up with a vaccine to where we can get out and be moving freely and doing the things that we love to do. And this just kind of reprioritizes everything. And you realize how lucky we all are to be able to get to do the things that we love to do. And I just hope we get that opportunity eventually. And when that time comes, we got to be ready for it.
Here.
You play golf? You've been able to play any golf out there?
We can't do anything out here right now. But I'm so bored right now that I've ordered. I got in a little bit of trouble because it was a little bit more expensive than we thought it was going to be. I bought, and I'm excited, but it's supposed to come anytime from Friday to Wednesday. So I'm going to be sitting out front waiting for it. But I bought a floating green for my pool, and it's got a tee mat, and so I can sit. I've already envisioned all these. I'm going to make up like a little 9-hole chipping course in my backyard. I'm just going to move this mat around and chip to the green, floating in the pool, and be chipping on this green. So I'm pretty excited for that. That's all I got to look forward to right now. I've restarted my PlayStation. I've won 3 Super Bowls in Madden. I got all kinds of things going on around here.
Hey, when you get that green set up, and you promise you got to send us a video and send it to me, and I'll post that. But I got to see that. That would be awesome.
I will. It's supposed to arrive, something like I said, Friday to Wednesday. The one thing I'm a little worried about is it says 20 to 40 minutes of assembly time. So that could be a little bit of a struggle. But once we get that thing up and running, I think we'll have
that's 4 to 6 hours. That's 4 to 6 hours to you and me.
Yeah, probably.
I can see Michael sitting out on the curb waiting for the UPS guy or whoever's coming to bring that to him. Just
guaranteed.
Waiting there.
Guaranteed. Why wouldn't you be? What else you got to do?
Mike, we all got nothing but time right now. We got nothing but time.
Michael, man, I cannot thank you.
Hey, have you guys gotten into these virtual happy hours?
No, I haven't even heard of that one.
Oh, it's a great way to connect with friends. It's just, everybody's been to a happy hour, right?
Yep.
Where you just, you call up a couple friends on that FaceTime or that Zoom stuff. And like we have, my wife and I have one with some old high school friends every Thursday. I think it's 4:00 our time, 7:00 Eastern time. And we got 2 chairs and we sit out. And we all FaceTime in where you see each other and you sit there and you just have a virtual happy hour.
That's stuff that wouldn't be happening, obviously, if we weren't in this case. There are conversations that are being had, though, that wouldn't happen otherwise. So there is some good coming out of this, and you just pointed out one of those things. That's a great deal.
We just make up stupid stuff and try to occupy your time. So, But it's been a good way to kind of reconnect, and you just sit there and you kind of do what you do at any other happy hour. You sit there and complain about what went on in your last week. We all complain about how hard elementary school is these days compared to when it was when we were in that age.
So
how busy you're going to be the next week, right?
Do you and your wife take a shower and get dressed up, and she put makeup on and stuff for one of these things? Do people? The whole makeup, the whole like undergarments, all that stuff's kind of gone from the wayside. I wear a t-shirt and sweatpants, and I think I haven't had underwear on in 2 weeks.
T-shirt and shorts. I bought me a pair of old man slippers. I'm not real proud of, but we got all this tile and stuff in this floor. My feet kept getting cold, and so I bought these old man slippers. So I'm standing in a t-shirt and shorts and a pair of slippers that makes me look like I'm 72 years old. And I'm having the time of my life out here. I'm just trying to make something work.
Oh man, I cannot thank you enough for joining us. You should see Todd Lear. He's normally got you see those pictures from his playing days. He's got that burr cut. Well, now he looks like he's got an afro from the 70s. His hair's going crazy.
I mean, I haven't had hair this long. I don't think I've ever had hair like this before. But now, I'm riding it to the end. As long as this Corona thing goes, I am not cutting this thing. I see people doing the home videos and having people cut their hair for them. Nope, I'm riding it to the end.
I don't have that problem. But I got me a pretty solid Corona beard going. I think by the end of this whole quarantine, I'm gonna have me a little James Harden going.
Oh man, yeah, Michael, man, I cannot thank you enough. You're always so gracious with your time, and we cannot thank you enough. We appreciate you. We'll be checking back in with you later on, I'm sure, to see how things are going. But man, I'm glad to hear it.
Well, yeah. I mean, let me check my schedule, guys, but it looks like it's pretty open. So anytime you want to do this, let's do it.
If you can get yourself away from the premieres and you and Jennifer Aniston are done hanging out, we'll see if we can catch back up with you.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can FaceTime and we can just virtually play this little golf game. I'm excited about.
Let me know ahead of time so I can at least shower and put some underwear on, because I haven't had underwear on in 2 weeks.
Oh man! Well, Michael, enjoy waiting for the floating green. I hope it comes today.
Man, I'm so excited. I'm be. If you don't send a picture of that, I'm gonna be pissed because I want to see this thing.
He's giving us something to be excited for.
I'm excited for Michael Lewis receiving a floating green, putting green. This is awesome. I can't wait.
All right, boys.
This is Jim Coyle from Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary. Indiana Sports Beat is now a part of the Rivals Network. You can go to thehoosier.com to sign up. It's free. Catch the show there each day live or at your convenience. You can also like or follow us on Facebook. Follow the show's rebroadcast anywhere you podcast. If we're not on a radio station where you live, we should be. Let your local station know they need to carry Indiana Sports Beat with Coyle and Leary, or simply go to thehoosier.com.